Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Oh my gosh, okay, anyway, let me keep my composure. Anyway, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. All right, guys, if you're new to my channel or if you're coming back, welcome back. On this channel, I am on a journey towards financial freedom, time freedom, and building generational wealth. And I'm a millennial single mom of 2 teenagers and former high school dropout turned doctor, PhD. All right, guys, so I'm sitting here, so that means it is time for another budget, bi-weekly budget video. And I did get paid early because, again, I switched to a credit union with my new company / former company, but whatever. And so I get paid on Thursdays now, so I'm always excited to share these breakdowns with you guys. And obviously when I get paid, that means that I am, building up my net worth, building or adding to my investments and all that good stuff, or paying off debt, whatever. Essentially, I'm getting closer and closer to freedom, time freedom and financial freedom and building wealth. So that's always exciting. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. This is a very exciting video. The main video obviously will come tomorrow, but as you guys know, I was scheduled to make my final car payment video, or car payment today, and I did. I just made my car payment, so actually I'm probably going to insert literally the response, my after response right here. So check this out. All right, so that was literally me right after I got off the call. I actually called the what do you call it, the car company, whatever, finance company, and spoke to a representative. I wanted to make sure, because I don't want no issues, baby, none at all. So I called, and again, I'll go into more detail tomorrow, because obviously I like to wait to the payment officially post and everything like that, but I did get the email confirmation, so the payment did go through and all that. But I'll definitely break down the exact amount, like my final payment, all that good stuff, in tomorrow's video. So make sure you check that out. If you've been on this journey with me, you do not want to miss the final video, because I mean, you've been with me for literally 8 months of paying my car off. So anyway, let's get into the numbers for everything else. Well, just to be honest, baby, when you see how much I paid, you're gonna know, like, I paid most of my paycheck went to that car today. So there's that. But I did set aside money for obviously gas and food, and that was pretty much what I spent money on for this paycheck. But that was worth it. It was just an investment, I did have a little bit left over, and I just transferred that little bit to the debt payoff savings account that I have. And that's, like I said, if I need, let's say I was going to pay $2,000 on something, and by the time I make the payment, it says the new balance is $2,005.58. Well, that's why I transfer money into that account if I have something left over, because I would want to make that extra $5 in, I don't know how much I said just now, but whatever, $5.10. I would want to make that extra little bit, whatever. Or if I could just pay that whole thing off. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I had originally budgeted $2,000, but now it's like $5 more because of interest or something. I like to keep money in that account for those purposes, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to y'all, but like, that's just me. So anyway, let's get into our numbers, because y'all know the main goal we've had a few goals this year. So obviously it was to pay off my car, and then I have my $12,000 savings goal for my freedom fund. And then I want to pay off, well, I didn't have no credit cards until recently. So like pretty much the last 60 days or so. And honestly, I thought about it. I figured out why, because y'all know I left my last job and they were supposed to pay me out my sick time. That's what I could not, I was like, why, how did my budget kind of get a little wonky? It's because they didn't pay me out my sick time, and I had budgeted or planned to have that money. And so I ended up having to like use my credit card to buy like groceries and stuff like that, whereas I probably would have already had that money set aside. Like, if that makes sense, like, I just remember that. And I literally emailed them multiple times. They still never responded. But you know what? Listen, God is the best, and so I'm good. I'm not even stressed about that, but it just makes me think about certain certain people and companies and stuff. Like, honestly, it just makes me more motivated to like be free. That's all I'm saying. Which I work for a good company now, so they would not do something like that. They paid me out my bonuses and everything after I left, and technically they didn't really technically have to. Is my lawn guy outside? I think so. Lord, boy, this is not the right time. Anyway, hopefully y'all can still hear me. So, do y'all hear that? Anyway, it is what it is, but anyway, whatever. So, car, now I have the credit cards, and the next goal is to, now that I've paid off my car, is to my IRS tax debt, and this is the one for 2017. That balance was originally like about $6,700 or something like that, and I have about a little over almost $2,800 because interest now. But when I left off at, I was at $2,750 in April, and then I paused it because I think that's around the time I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and like really try to pay this car off, which I remember now, and I'll talk about this tomorrow. But I think the original goal was to pay my car off in September, so that's even more crazy that this happened like a whole month earlier. But I paused paying this off, so we're gonna resume this. So I'll be paying off my credit cards, which God willing, I'll pay 2 of those off next paycheck, if everything goes well. And then I'll start paying down on this. And then after that, I might have one more, but that'll roll over to next year. I didn't want that to happen, but whatever. And then the other goal is just really focusing on, oh my God, okay. Really focusing on, I'm sorry, I got my windows open, I can see my line guy. Really focusing on reaching that $50,000 total investment goal by the end of this year. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm focused on. And yeah, so anyway, I know it's been like drawn out, but yeah. Anyway, so let's get into the numbers. All right, my current balance for my 401k is sitting at $30,369.69. So that feels really good to be over $30,000. Yeah. So, and then I have my 403b, and that's sitting at $1,006.91 currently. And then after today's contribution, since I got paid, my contribution is $492.29. Because I told you guys, $500 is the goal, but the next level up would have been like $520, something like that. I'm good. $492 is good enough, close enough. So with the contribution today, that 403b account will be at $1,499.20. All right, and then my Roth IRA is currently sitting at $15,990.40. So there we are. And so my total invested amount right now at the time of this video is $47,859.29. So that feels really good. My goal for this month, for August, which I had it's been 3 pay periods. My goal was to exceed 47,000, or just at least hit 47,000. And so I've exceeded that goal. So I feel really good about that. And in my next video, I'm gonna give you guys an update on my race to 50K, which that's the milestone for this year. And we're gonna break down like where I'm at in terms of reaching the 50K. And honestly, right now it's looking good. It's looking like, I definitely probably will hit over 50K. But again, the reason why I really wanted to preface that, because some people are like, well, you on track, so like, why are you trading like that? Just put the money in there or whatever. But here's the thing. First of all, it keeps me motivated because I can stop at any time, and it's like, nah, just keep going, right? Because at the end of the day, really the focus is to hit that 100K by the end of next December, because that's gonna set me free, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, like, on so many levels, it's gonna just free me up to be able to do so many more things. In the last few weeks, I've really been thinking hard about, like, okay, what is it that you really want to do? Like, what has God called you to do? Like, if you didn't have any debt, you didn't have, you already had money saved, like, you're good, like, you feel really stable, you don't owe nobody, you got your investments, what would you want to do? And I just feel like I really want to do financial coaching. Like, I am so passionate about this stuff, and I would love to help other people hit their financial goals, especially people like, single parents and stuff like that. Like, I just feel like that is like something I'm called to, because I can speak to that. Like, I am like I know, like, firsthand, I know what it's like to feel poor and like in poverty with your kids, and I know what it feels like to be essentially middle class and be thriving with your kids. Like, my kids do acting, they do all kind of, like, they are really good. They, you know what I'm saying? And in a whole lot better place than I was when I was growing up. I was raised by a single parent. So I don't know, y'all. I just feel like that is something God is calling me to, and I just feel like once I get to where I need to get financially, we're in a place where I'm not anxious about money, because that's a thing for me. I can be free to do that, and I can kind of transition. I can pivot. You know, it's not like, oh, you forget your career. Like, no, it's like I know that I've been serving and making an impact in people's lives, and I feel like God is wanting to use me in a different way. And I'm still gonna be using the same skills essentially, but like just in a different way or a different type of population situation. And continue to do this, of course, as well. So anyway, I'm excited about that, and that's what keeps me motivated. And also, like I said, just tracking this goal. And I was gonna say that too, sorry. I read somewhere that the feds are supposed to be meeting again next month in September, and they're gonna decide if they're gonna make those cuts, cut the interest rate and all that kind of stuff. And that's gonna determine how a lot of stuff look, because you see the layoffs, you see the economy, the inflation, all that stuff is crazy right now. And so much could change. And so it's so important for me to, like, even if I do exceed the 50K, but we could go into the red. And so then my balance won't show 50K, it'll be like 47 or something, because that's how bad it could be. So that's what I'm saying, like, I just rather just keep adding to that regardless or whatever. So anyway, we'll talk about that in my next video, so we can break down exactly where I'm at in terms of hitting that $5,000 goal and then reaching the 50K. But anyway, that's all I have for this video. I'm so excited that you guys have been on this journey with me so far, and you guys know that I am so close to monetizing this channel. My student loans do not kick in until November, thank you God. So I'm hoping that prayerfully this channel will get monetized, and any money in between now and November, because I know we only get paid once a month from YouTube, whatever, that'll go toward paying this off even faster, right? And then to my savings, gold, that kind of stuff. But then November, we hitting the ground running, paying off these student loans and all that good stuff. So I did also decide that I'm going to, if you watched my last video, I talked about how I'm going to actually pick up another stream of income. I have an interview for that later today. Cause I'm like, baby, you got too many skills, too much talent to just be like dedicating to just like one thing, honestly. And I know that sounds crazy somewhat, but like, I have the opportunity is there, and I'm not trying to leave no money on the table in this season of my life, and I just really want to hit these financial goals. So that's where I'm at with that, and so I'll keep you guys updated on that. And yeah, anyway, thank you so much again for being on this journey, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you watch these videos all the way through, because baby, we less than 100 watch time hours away from monetization. And yes, let's get there. Okay, all right, y'all, see y'all later.